Nazeebo is a hero we have all played and pretty familiar with. Decent wave clear, good damage, and a late game powerhouse. However, there are some deep, dark voodoo rituals that must be done in order to become the best Nazeebo player in the Nexus. Let Dr. Zergling's recipe for success guide you in your spiritual journey to become a master of the dark art of playing Nazeebo. Before we can begin the ritual, let's take a look at Nazeebo's strengths and weaknesses, so you know when it's the right time to call in the aid of the Witch Doctor. Nazeebo excels at dealing tons of damage, scaling well into the late game, and making people cry because of the horrifying carnage his jar of spiders is capable of. On the flip side, his weaknesses include a weak early game due to his need to stack and low mobility. Make sure you don't overextend, because you won't be getting away if you get caught out. Now let's talk about what maps Nazeebo excels on. Maps like Dragonshire or Vorskaya Foundry with a weak objective early on are ideal for Nazeebo, as you want to make it to the late game to realize his full potential. Any maps that feature lanes that are close together, such as Tomb of the Spider Queen, enable Nazeebo to rotate quickly to gather stacks much more efficiently to become that late game powerhouse. So try to avoid picking Nazeebo on big maps such as Warhead Junction, where it can take a while to rotate in between lanes. Now that you know when to pick him, it's time to start the ritual to become a certified witch doctor.
I have a PhD in PvP.
For the ritual to be successful, it's imperative that you gather the correct ingredients. The first one being your build. This ingredient is extremely important and is key to dishing out massive damage. Having your abilities ready at all times, gaining an ungodly amount of health, and generally being a constant threat to the enemy team's livelihood.
Yes, I hear the call.
The build we recommend is focused around the enhancement of the Corpse Spider ability. So for levels 1 through 7 on your build, you'll want to select every talent that amplifies the spider's power, aka pick all the spider talents. Your level 10 selection should be Raven Spirit because of its outstanding damage potential. And at level 13, Ice Block is a great choice as it gives you a defensive option to counterbalance your lack of mobility. And also because nothing will piss off a Tracer or Kael'thas player more than be able to negate their slowly telegraphed ultimate with one button press.
Know my fury! This is too easy.
Something is amiss.
The level 16 offerings include another Corpse Spider upgrade called Spider Colony that you'll want to pick up as it plays a huge part in your potential combo of abilities. The CDR it grants allows you to unleash all of your abilities at once, and then again right after a full Ravenous Spirit ultimate, leading to a disgusting amount of damage. Hallelujah! You hit level 20. Now you have a real choice on your hands. Vile Infection is definitely the talent you want to select if you reached 175 voodoo ritual stacks, or at least you're pretty close. If you're not going to mass these stacks, the ultimate upgrade is the better choice here. Second ingredient, getting 175 stacks of voodoo ritual. Nazeebo requires the souls of lesser creatures in order to become the late game powerhouse that teams fear. And no, I'm not talking about your teammates, I'm talking about the minions in the wave. It's crucial to focus on killing minions early on and pair up with a wave clear style tank, or another wave clear hero that can create space for you in rotations. This allows Nazeebo to stay very safe and make stacking even faster. Don't be that player that's off pushing lanes by yourself. Third ingredient, never use zombie wall on minion waves. Focus on using your toads or your spiders instead of zombie wall, which requires too much mana to cast. It doesn't clear the waves as effectively as the other two abilities. Using zombie wall too much will require you to base, therefore less stacks, and you know you want more stacks. Fourth ingredient, using the zombie wall effectively. It's generally best to use to follow up to your team's crowd control abilities on enemy heroes and control choke points. Be sure to toss your jar of spiders on heroes that are gasping for air inside that zombie wall of yours. Otherwise, continue to use them on the minion wave. If some buffoon decides to stand in the wave with your spiders, you'll get twice the value, as the spiders will chase heroes after the minions are dead. Fifth ingredient, picking an appropriate level 20 talent. We've all seen the Nazeebo player, that totally wasn't us, pick Vile Infection at level 20 and only have like 5, 10, 15 stacks. Don't be that player. Good rule of thumb, if you are under 130 stacks at level 20, do not pick Vile Infection. Consider options such as Bad Medicine, which is great into heavy CC comps, which allows you to be unstoppable and allow you to play more aggressive. Or Annihilating Spirit instead, that allows you to reduce their healing and play from far away as you do a tremendous amount of damage. The 6th ingredient, selecting the appropriate ultimate. Ravenous Spirit should be your go-to pick about 99% of the time. It's got great damage, scales hard with Vile Infection, you can use it from long range, and it gives you the option to pick the ultimate upgrade at level 20 if you don't have the stacks for Vile Infection. That is unless you want to be able to destroy buildings more effectively, then Gargantuan is the right heroic for you. The 7th ingredient, using spiders on immobile heroes in order to get value from your talents. Ah yes, you're picking all these spider talents. You need to be able to land your spiders or you're wasting all your talents. The various bonuses you receive from landing your spiders are seriously too good, but you actually have to land them.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Try to use them on immobile targets. Try to use them on the minion wave. Try to land your spiders and practice. Practice makes perfect. The safest way to ensure you hit your intended target is to make sure they can't move, so always be looking for opportunities to dump your spiders on a helpless victim. The 8th ingredient, make Nazeebo sounds when you kill someone. Keep it up. The 9th ingredient. Make sure all your freaking buttons are pressed before popping Ravenous Spirit. The Ravenous Spirit ultimate is channeled for a very long time. Up to X amount of time, I'm not really sure, but I know it's really long. And during that time, you want to make sure that all your creatures are out on the battlefield, eating everyone alive in order to maximize the most amount of damage possible. So don't forget to slam that keyboard before you ult. Pop those abilities, it can be whatever you want, as long as you press your button. 10th ingredient, know when to fight. Sometimes you have no choice but to fight early on, and that's okay. Nazeebo deals actually a lot of damage, and at level 7 with his spider talent, it's such a good power spike, especially if you're able to focus your damage onto one target and get the maximum amount of spiders on them. Don't be afraid to fight over objective if you need to early on. And also, you need those stacks. You need about 100 spider stacks to really get the full value of your talents, so make sure you're fighting early on when it's appropriate. 11th ingredient, go toe build if you can't land spiders. If you're booming out and can't land spiders, just go with the toe build. Sometimes the cats are on our laps, or the pizza just got there, or maybe we're just too boomer to land spider queues like our, owner Goon. If that's the case, send a toe build. There's no shame of annihilating enemy heroes with a sack of toads to the face. And also, there's an advantage of having toe build. You can also have high siege damage, which spiders sometimes lack. And spiders are sometimes better just for hero damage, where toads allow you to have a lot more zone control. If you do go toe build, here's a quick overview of what you should be picking. The 12th ingredient, don't substitute the Hex Crawler's talent. Resist the temptation of the other level 4 talents beside Hex Crawlers, which is the spider talent. Trust me on this one, we've done the math, and the math is just too good. Hex Crawlers restore 1% of your max health for every attack of your potential 4 or 5 spiders depending on your quest, and on enemy heroes that make your team fight sustain so much better, especially by level 20. If for whatever reason you want to substitute this ingredient, go with the other two, but do so at your own risk. The Homeless Man is a relatively flexible hero at all stages part of the game, not just the late game. Don't be afraid to call upon him to help carry you out of a loss streak at any time and at any moment. This is Zergling. I'll see you guys later.
Shrunken head, broken legs, body parts on the concrete. Cut 'em up, butcher style gators in the swamp. Red light, leave 'em dead, running like a track meet. Scared of nobody, what your motherfuckers want. Believe me when I tell 'em I'm a boogeyman beast. Leave 'em slashed from their head to their feet. Pin bricks to the chest of a bitch, well-fed, cooking meat, cannibal trying to eat. I got a zombie army, and you can't harm me. Yeah, who do you